Hi guys, it's Anne from Annalise Creates, Annalise Creations. I'm back. Okay, so I said I was going to do this tomorrow, but I realized I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and so yeah, I have a lot of other things I got to get done before the appointment. So what I did here was, after I put the ink on, I took a baby wipe and I wiped it, some of the excess off, and it left a really cool section here in the border, which I thought was really cool. So now I'm going to take some of my handmade stamps, and I'm going to stamp some of the handmade stamps in the background. I carved these a while ago for a swap of stamped images, of handmade stamped images for Crazy Island Family, and so I've been using them a lot in my art lately because I really like them. So I'm going to stamp, I think I'm going to stamp this guy because I'm doing the elements. Really, it should be art elements like shape, form, line, that kind of thing, but I'm randomly going to stamp some images. I need to get my arm out of the pic camera. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't think you want my fat arm in the way. Okay, sorry guys, I'm having issues with my allergies today. I don't know what is going on. Something just suddenly decided to trigger my allergies, and I haven't even been outside. I think it's my dogs that might have tracked some pollen in on their fur, and I went to pet them, and I think I got pollen on my hands, and I went to rub my face, and now I'm having issues. Okay, so that's on there. Now I'm gonna do the paper dry. Paper dry, paper dry, paper dry, paper dry. Okay, now let me back this up just a tiny bit. I can zoom in or zoom out with my computer, but my computer's on my desk. Okay, I'm gonna use some gesso. Oh, it's right here. Could have bit me right in front of me. Okay, and I'm going to back this up again, right about, sorry guys, this is, okay, move my box out of the way. I was trying, so I'm going to take some gesso. Hopefully this is dry. Nope, it's not, because I don't want to get a big smear over the top of this, so I'm going to have to use this, and I'll have to come back in and delete this. Because if I put wet on that stays on, when it's not dry, it'll smear. So make sure that you have dried it off pretty good. So I'm going to go over a little bit with the gesso, give it a kind of a different effect on this, because I don't want the background to stand out too much. So this is part 2 of the documented life project, and it's week 10, not week 11, like I said in the first video, and I put a caption on it, so you'll see that I put a caption. So yeah, kind of dumb, huh? Okay, so I'm just putting a kind of a thin layer on, like this, because I'm going to do something else. You'll see in a second. Okay, so, well, that's on there and still wet so that I can get it going. I'll have to leave that for a second. Okay, I'm getting a diaper wipe, baby wipe. Diaper wipe sounds so wrong. Okay, baby wipe, and I'm going to wipe across, just like that. It's surviving the elements. So I'm kind of giving it sort of a weathered look, kind of a pale weathered look. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. Sorry I have to step away. The way I have everything set up now, it's kind of different now. So if you can see it. Looks pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to blow dry this again. Stuck at these things, okay, so I cut out these different layers of things, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I'm really not sure. I may add some paint first, another layer of acrylic paint on top. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. See what I have here first before I cut out all kinds of different shapes out of my deli printed paper this time. In the past I've used my drop paper, but this time I decided to cut out the pieces. So I'll show you a little closer. There's the pieces there. So I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do this. And I saw this printed stuff out of a fashion magazine, and I really liked it, but I don't like the shape of the tree that I did. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. And then I had these other pieces here that I thought I'd maybe use. Actually, I might put him in there and use him as a background. Since I'm surviving the elements. I don't know. I'm going to try it. See how this will turn out. Oh, the lid just came completely off of my matte medium. Oh well. Okay. Now I use a credit card a lot, or a gift card a lot, for my art journaling. So yeah, I think it works better to put matte medium down than a paintbrush. And I think it gives it a different type of texture once you put it down. And I also do the same with paint a lot. Instead of using a paintbrush all the time, I like using the old credit card or gift card. Sometimes I get these offers in the mail for like cable TV service, and yeah, and they want to offer me like a free iPad gift card or something like that if I join or whatever. And of course I don't want to join, but I do appreciate the gift card. That has nothing on it, of course. Okay, I did gesso this guy out, and he was a stencil, and then I outlined it with a black poster pen. But today I'm going to just add some other elements here, colors. So let's see. So I'm going to mix my own blue. And I just like doing it right on top of my drop papers. I'd show you in screen, but right now it's my this stuff's taking over here. You can see, whoops, I guess I wasn't filming that part. So I did show you that I did all these different papers here. And then my drop papers, sorry, I'm probably making you guys dizzy, is down here. And there's my paint. And I'm going to use a really rough brush that's normally used for gluing things down, but I want some texture. And I mixed a bit of cerulean blue with some white, titanium white, I think it was. So we're back here again. What I really need to do is have my husband make me some contraption, like I've said before in my previous videos, to go above me would make it much easier. So I'm going to do this. You'll see what I'm going to do in a minute. You're probably saying, oh no, she's covering it, don't do that. But I'm playing today. I really am, because this isn't normally, this isn't something I normally do, and it's not in my comfort zone. I'm working out of my comfort zone today. Okay, so I'm going to use another baby wipe. And I'm going to wipe off the excess. Oops, actually I didn't want to wipe that much off, so I'm going to kind of lightly go back over. And this is kind of like how I work. I really often get an idea of what I'm going to do, and then it kind of goes from there. Oops, getting all my paper stuck on my fingers. And I'm just going to bring it down. What's left on the baby wipe, I'm just kind of bringing down for now. Some marks in the background first with different colors of paint. So I'm kind of building on my background right now. Just adding different colors of paints to the background. And I really don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest with you guys. At the moment, I really don't know. Kind of a sandy color, but it's mixing in with the blue. So yeah. Okay. There we go. So let's see. I'm going to add a little bit of white in here too. Oops. And it's mixing with the green that I had on my paintbrush. So this will be interesting once it's done. I don't know where I'm going with this, people. I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of letting my intuition run with me. What they call intuitive painting, where you kind of have an idea, but you don't. And so you're following your instincts of where you should put the paint and where you shouldn't, and kind of like that. But, you know, I'm not sure if I'm really doing anything right now. I'm trying to build up my background a little. Just building it up a little. And then from there, I'll decide what's going to go where. And I'm kind of using a dry brush technique. I haven't wet anything down. It's just using a very dry, coarse brush. And I'm kind of pushing into the paper with it. And because I used gesso, it kind of helped. I used actually a layer of gesso before I started this page, and you saw me do that earlier. So yeah, so I think because I did that and because I put another layer over the stamping and stuff, the page is holding up well. And it doesn't buckle as much either. So I'm just kind of moving it along here, fiddling with color. And that's kind of how you learn. And, you know, I'm still considering myself a beginner painter. As I've said before in my other videos, I don't consider myself a professional, and I just kind of mess around with what I've got and see what kind of colors I'll get, if I'll create mud, or if it'll bring out the colors better in something. I'm just fiddling, playing around and seeing what I'm going to get. Sometimes I have an idea of where I'm going, but other times I just start and what I'm creating kind of takes over. So yeah. Sort of creating a pattern here with the different colors of paint. It's sort of turning into an abstract painting. But I'm surviving the elements. The thing is, it's just paint. After it dries, if you don't like it, you can cover it over. do some gesso and cover it back over. But I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. So this is part 2, and part 3 will be done tomorrow or over the weekend. So I shall say toodles for now and listen to some music. It is good for your soul. Have a great, wonderful rest of the day. Bye.